It's either dusty or snowy. I'm starting to see why not a lot of people live here. Just you and me against the world now. Not that I'm complaining.
Not everyone was built for this kind of life. There's no shame in that.
I can handle it. Wish there was more.
I've tried hitting against a stump by my tent, but iron needs iron, if you want it shaped right.
At night, the wind picks up from the ocean, and we brought ourselves out here, along with our shame. We used to be proud warriors of Thirsk Mead Hall, but we let that sweet life get the better of us. We grew soft, and... Reeklings. Those filthy vermin, they came in numbers. One at a time, they're pests. And so here we are, out of our home. Do you know of the Skull? A long time ago, a man named Hrothmund left the Skull to form his own tradition. Warriors in the wild, living like the Nords of old. They would hunt, they would fight, and the mightiest among them would rise up as leader. But those days are behind us now. All right then.
If you hear about the Reeklings, just tread quietly around my sister. You don't know the half of it. Bujel's just embarrassed, I think. Doesn't help that her husband is one of the loudest complainers. She's always been quick to shame. Kuvar. He thinks we've all gotten a little too soft. I can see what he means looking at Elmas, but the rest of us still have our edge. At least, And don't tell Elmas I said that. That depends on who you ask. I fight, I protect the hall, I bring in meat. And I think I could take on most of the tree lovers up in the Skull Village. But because I'd rather drink a mug of meat at night instead of training until I drop, Kuvar calls me a layab. Wish he would just lighten up. Until next time.
I don't even need to get back to my anvil.
I brought down as much as I could.
Why
A
so
new
hard
batch
on
of the
us?
Ashfire should be ready for bottling soon. Unless the Reeklings used it
Not
for
everything
bath.
is as dire as you make it out to be.
Well, actually, now that I think, if you could somehow get up there and grab a bottle, I'd be a long way towards forgetting how miserable it is down here. Thirsk didn't always make its own mead. No. But those gold grubbers at the East Empire Company started charging more than their share for bringing it over. We still buy what we have to, but I make as much as I wouldn't be at... These days I focus a little more on the creature comforts of the... It drives Kuvar mad, but someone has to do it or the place would be a little... cold.
Yes, this camp is small, but it's all we have left. I wouldn't call it that. We've just got a bit of an down here to catch our breath, And then we'll be back in the hall once I get the rest of these Reeklings. You must have passed by the hall on your way down here. Well, it's been overrun. We're just out here temporarily, to regroup. Longer than I would have liked. What's going on here is that we've been kicked out of our home. The mead hall, up there on the hill. Some Reeklings have taken it over. With tenacity and numbers. It didn't help that we'd grown a little too comfortable up there. Too much mead, too many stories, too few battles. Are you offering to help? Some new blood should be enough to rouse these layabouts to actually fight again. Well, let's move then.
We'll show Mirak who the best hunters
Hey,
are.
you lazy milk drinkers, get over here. I know you're all starting to settle in here and keep up the fat lives you got used to up in the hall. But look here, this outsider has more fire than any of you. All I had to do was mention our little infestation, and she volunteered in a second. I don't want to have my spirit outstripped by some wanderer, so let's get up there and kill us some Reeklings.
The death of Hunt should send a powerful message to all men. I feel safer already, traveling.
Is someone there?
Now we end this.
I thank you for the protection, Allmaker. I thank you for the protection, Allmaker. Stay close to me. We'll take them all.
Ah, that was almost exhilarating. How are you feeling? Oh, come on now. I'm going to need you to perk up if you're going to come with me as my second. My second? If we're going to take up residence here again, I need to get the blessing of Rothmund again. I'll need a witness and, well, you see the kind of horker brains I deal with around here. What do you say? Well, let's not waste time talking about it then.
I'm right with you, my love. I'm glad you're here. Be careful out there. I've grown rather fond of our chats.
I've heard tales of Morrowind and its strange creatures.
A lot of work to do around this place.
Don't worry about me. You and Bujold should get up to the barrow.
I'm going to stay here and check on the meat.
We'll clean up here. You go with Bejeweled.
I read in an old text that the Nerevarine came to Solstan once. The Ancestor Glade had a charm, didn't it? I should revisit. Are you alright? Let me know if you need anything. Done and done.
Within me, I sense a glorious
Hey,
hunt ahead.
Is that what I think it is?
Are you ready to go inside? The burial place of Rothmund, who founded Thirsk. He brought a group of true warriors away from the soft life of the Skal to know the wilderness, I know that sounds a little silly. It's just the way it's written in the books, and it's pretty simple. Rothmund's axe is in there with him. Anyone who attempts to take hold of it has their spirit judged by Rothmund himself. No, nothing like that. He doesn't need to battle us to know us. He's always watched over Thirsk and sees us from beyond. And in my case, since he's already deemed me worthy, it will just be a matter of him remembering why he blessed me before. Really, all you need to do is watch. Let's not waste any time then. There it is. So I just need to take hold of it.
You seek my blessing for the leadership of Thirsk Hall?
I do. It is I, Bujol. You blessed me in the past, and now I've rid the Hall of Reeklings and returned it to its rightful owners.
And well it is that this has happened. But I have always watched, and know that it was your softness that led to your own exile. You allowed your fellow warriors to grow weak, while the dangers around you mounted.
Then, the leadership is not mine?
No, nor is there any among you fit to serve. For a band in the wilderness, it is better to have no leader than a poor one.
That was a little embarrassing. Ashamed, but I guess that was the point. I need to return to... No matter what Rothmund says, we need a leader, and I'm still the best person for that. Look what's happened to us so far under his watchful eye. He gave his blessing to all the leaders who brought us to this point. Anyway, he's dead and we're alive. It's time to begin a new tradition for Thirsk, and I'm going to do that. All I need is for you to back me up. You don't even need to lie. Just don't tell anyone else what you heard here. Good. See that you do. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a hall to lead.
If loving you was a crime, I'd be guilty as charged.
Who's there?
You have my back.
There was no other way it could end.
You left me with no choice. Always wanted to live like this, roaming around, fighting together. But I was born right after the Great War ended, and they... You know, I believe that honesty is the best policy. So, to be perfectly honest, you're the sexiest woman I've ever seen.
So, where are we off to now?
Oh, I was just thinking. You really stand out. A little bit like a Nernroot, really. Very annoying at times. But also, and like the Nernroot, people tend to underestimate you. A measly 10 septums. But not me. I can spot a treasure when I see one.
I'm still here.
But Jolt says you served well. Before we were married, I was her second on the first trip to the Barrow. Rothman knows strength, in this world and the next. Yes, I remember how I felt being there with her the first time, before we were wed. I hope to see you more around the hall, friend.
We've stopped. What is it? Let's hunt down our prey.
The Master calls.
I am his hands.
I'm a bit upset about Nishunzo. Good men and women died for a few dwarven trinkets.
I always thought the werebears on Solstheim were just a folklore.
I don't like the English. It's gross. Irritating. And it gets everywhere.
I'll have your head. Say your prayers.
Have mercy on you!
Our hands once were idle.
Finally, I can get some sleep at night.
Then does he speak? And when the world shall listen,
Teamwork right there. Go!
Never should have come here. I will not fall. And so it ends.
Finally, I can get some sleep at night.
I
Until
feel
next time.
different somehow. You ever tried hunting with no sleep under you? It wasn't pretty. Now I can rest properly, it should all be going better.
See ya.
Reminds me of the
Yeah.
standing stones.
This place still has some of the reekling stink on it. But that'll want. I definitely missed them.
We have enough problems around here without having to build that blasted thing outside. Thanks for helping us wake up and move off it. Thanks for having I lead those who will follow, and most of these are the following sort.
The place still has some of the those things had filled it up with slop. It's not as good as it used to be. Cleaning out the forge was the easy part, but those... And I can't... You tend to wander around, don't you? If you come across any Stalrim or Ebony in your travels, bring them back to Old Halbarn. Help each other out. I have friends in Raven Rock, and a few among the Skal. There's not much metal on the island itself, but we can find what we need when we need it.
Make it quick. To tell you the truth, I want to make a reminder, so we never forget. I want to ring the whole hall with their little spears. The only problem is, I'm gonna need a lot of spears. A lot. So if you could find a bunch of them for me, that would make it easier. Just one more mug of mead, then I'm off.
The idle mind sleeps.
Just warming up a bit here, before I head out and take some revenge on those Reeklings.
I was able to salvage most of the latest batch of... Can't talk too much, I'm afraid. Kuvar isn't enough to frighten me off. He makes a lot of... peace and a warm drink. Enough for now, but I'll either need to get some more barrels or... Last thing you want is the meat to run out just as the fire dies. We lost most of the batches we had. One is just ready to take its turn, though. You can't find them on Solstheim, but if you find yourself back in Skyrim, they add a different kind of sweetness. Tart. Makes the flavor more round.
This was a foolish mistake, outsider.
You can take the two of us.
This what you want, huh?
out there.
I'll mount your sword with your vessel.
You left me no choice. There was no other way up here.
I don't understand it.
Hold, traveler. You have no business here. Be on your way. Wait. You're one of us, aren't you? A werewolf? Then perhaps you do have business here. Forgive me. I'm Raquel of the Frost Moon Pack. Welcome, sister. Welcome, sister. Since I was born, my parents were members of the Pack, back when Majni's father was Alpha. After they died, Majni and Akar took care of me, taught me to hunt. I'm not as good as they are, but I do my best.
What is it, Pup? For now, my pack lived in the mountains northeast of here, till they were wiped out. Damn. Majni offered to help me reclaim my territory. I hunt with him until then. After that, we'll see.
A car. I hunt, he talks. Deer, sabers. I hunt soon. Go bother Majni.
Welcome, sister. It's been too long since we met another who shares our blood. I am Majni, Alpha of the Frost Moon Pack. You are welcome here, so long as you respect our law. Aye, the blood still runs true among some on Solstein. You know it well. The speed. So it was for my father, and his father before him. You might find a few others, strays, lone hunters, but ours is meat. There is one more thing. Since the days of the Great Hunt, our pack has kept a set. I sense his favor on you. Here, take a look. Farewell.
I'm still here. Stay strong and carry on.
What's the plan? I sure hope the trip here was worth it.
Let me guess. You become a bard.
You got a good thing going here. I've always had it. However, I've seen the smile on people's faces, and there's hope around. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage? Bring your weapons and armor to me. I'll fix it up right.
Wow. You are strong. Just... please be careful with that big sword of battle, okay? I certainly wouldn't want to be on the other end.
I'd say you're fairly competent at this point. But I'm sure I'll still be a great help to you.